Shut up and sit down.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, from way up in the huge-ass broadcast center. I'm Michael Derby. Tonight we've got another exciting race of the Reddit iRacing League. This is to start to season 21. We've got the Caddy CTS and the old nationwide car, the Chevy Impala. We're doing 50 minutes at Okayama tonight. I'm going to go ahead and introduce my broadcast partner today, Alex Albert. How are we doing, Alex?
Hi, I'm doing great. Thanks for having me.
Good to have you on. Let's go ahead and get this race going. Looks like they're gridding up right now. We'll go ahead and go through the grid here.
All right, so yeah, on pole we have Alex Crawford, that's a surprise. David Haynes in second, Mitch Welker in third, Aaron Thacker fourth, Connor Morris fifth, Alexander Bueller sixth, Ellison seventh, Dylan Blanton eighth, John Patrick ninth, Joseph Marlowe, Devin Peters, Jordan Babcock, Michael Barker, Connor Pearson, Danny Jerian, Shane Cameron, Mark Antonucci, and Ryan Verhulst. Also in that class, Tyler Scott and Alejandro Olivio. In the old nationwide car, sitting on the pole was Jeff Tyler, then Sven Dimmel, followed by Evan Mera and Antonio Alvarez. Nate Franklin and Andrew Fawcett on the next row, Justin Lammons and Kyle Smith. Chad Clark and Benjamin Cox are on the next row, followed by Marvin Wingfield, Michael Wynn, and Rob Hope. So, very short pace lap here, gridded up on the short stretch, coming back to the final complex. Some of the cars look to have their pit limiters on, so yeah, I said Alexander Crawford's a surprise pole sitter. I don't know that we've seen him sit on a pole, but that's an impressive margin as well. That's his practice time, excuse me. Still, 0.2 of a second. 0.2 of a second is quite the margin. So.
That is pretty big against this field. He's got some tough competition back there. Haynes and
yeah.
Thacker are both fast. Bueller's fast. There's a lot of fast folks in this field. It's going to be a good race tonight. We've got a short little lead in to the start of the race here as the pace car goes ahead and takes the field to the start-finish line. Coming through the penultimate turn here.
All right. Assume we're going to stay here with the front of the caddy field for this first lap.
That's right.
All right, he's away. He knows no time. Oh, big spin. Oh, and that's typical RiL season opening fashion, a big wreck. Haynes chasing after Crawford. The two of them have gotten away from the rest of the field. In third place, we have Bueller, followed by Morrison Blanton, with Ellison close behind.
A lot going on. I'm struggling to keep up here. Right, we got our eyes on the leader right now, Alexander Crawford. Looks like my graphics haven't updated the correct places there, but they will in a moment. Let's go ahead and check out what's going on with the Impala field here.
Yeah. All right, Jeff Tyler's already mixed up with some of the Cadillacs.
Yeah, I expect it's going to be some dicing between the slower caddies and the faster Impalas. Let's see if they can keep it clean.
Yeah, the caddies appeared to have the pace in qualifying and in practice, but we will see if that changes as the tires wear on.
That's right. You expect those Impalas to go through tires maybe a little bit quicker than the Caddies. Caddies
Yeah,
probably have a
so.
tire better design for this kind of racing.
But Jeff trying to use the slower, or in this case, the faster class, the other class, as a pick to keep away from Sven. Everyone's favorite game, keep away from Sven. Oh, Jeff with a little tail happy. But the NASCAR has this superior power on the straights and is able to pull away. Cadillac, I think, is a little quicker through here, but Jeff with a defensive line.
Oh, that was
Ryan.
A mistake.
Oh, well, those guys have a history.
Well, while Jeff is getting his car straightened out, let's check out what's going on with the leader here. Got David Haynes pulling up right behind Alexander Cofford there. He's got about half a second lead there, Mr. Cofford.
Yeah, so the top five as they run now are Cofford, Haynes, Bueller, Morris, Ellison, and the Cadillacs. Biggest mover so far early in the race looks to be Devin Peters, up to 6th place, moved up 5 positions from the start.
Devin in the 911 car. Devin is from Saskatchewan in Canada.
Regina, the town that rhymes with fun.
Meanwhile, he's got some competition right behind him there, doesn't he? Joseph Marlowe. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm looking at the wrong one. Joseph Marlowe has some competition right behind him. Mitchell Welker is less than a second behind him and pulling him.
Right, so Marlowe, a new name here in the league, racing out of the New York club, trailed closely by Welker, a veteran of the league. Welker's down those 5 spots that Peters is up, so he struggled a little bit here in the early going compared to his qualifying position.
Yeah, he has. It looks like his laps are on pace with the rest of the field. He may have just had a little tangle early on. Meanwhile, the leaders here are still close. They're still within 0.3 of a second here.
Yeah, and Sven Dimwit and Evan Merrill are close together in the battle for the NASCAR class.
Yeah, we got the driver comparison up there. You can see the gap and their last lap times, how close they were within a little more than 1/10 of a second.
Not sure the paint job on the Merrill car. Perhaps it's a kids' charity paint job. It looks like it was created by a child. But I'm sure it's all for a good cause.
Right, let's see if we can get you.
Follows closely behind Sven Dimmel, trying to force Sven into a mistake.
There you go, quick look at his livery there. Oh, and in the meanwhile, David Haynes has passed Alexander. I'm sorry, whoa, what happened? Alexander Cofford has had some kind of error. He's dropped down to 9th. Let's see what happened there.
Happened on lap 4. I'll check it out. His car isn't damaged, so whatever it is.
Well, let's see if we can get a replay here. Coming down the start-finish line. Start-finish straight, excuse me.
Yeah. Ooh, pretty good shunt.
Did Haynes run into him?
Haynes helped him around there.
Okay, we're watching from the beginning of the lap here, apparently, but we'll see it here in a second. Is that coming down off of the back straight?
It was the final corner.
Well, I've committed to the replay, so we're just going to watch the whole lap. Apologies. Okay, here we go. Coming into the final corner now. Oh, yes, he just lost it. Oh, and Haynes did hit him, too. I guess that was unfortunate.
Oh, he helped him the rest of the way around.
Yep. All right, well, we're back with our leader, Mr. Haynes, right now. He's got Bueller right on his tail, half a second. Looks like Bueller just went a little bit wide through that turn. Thomas Ellison bringing up the trio there. Bueller and Ellison's last laps were also within a tenth. Well, within 200s.
The Uber drift wagon driven by Alexander Bueller must be a new sponsor to come on board for this week.
Well, it looks like your buddy Marvin is in the pits right now.
Oh no, I
Not sure
hope nothing bad has happened to Marvin.
It looks like he maybe took a fast repair, but he's coming right back out now. Maybe we don't focus on Bueller that much. Let's look at Mr. Ellison's paint scheme here. Isn't that a nice
Beautiful,
one?
huge ass paint job. Tom, one of the co-founders of Huge Ass. Very strong run here in the season opener for Tom. I'm sure he's looking to get a strong start to season 21, the longest season in RiL history with 10 rounds this year.
Wow. He does have the fast lap right now, Thomas Ellison, with a 127.768. Right on board with him as he comes down the front straight. This seems to be, well, the leaders in each class right now are the best race. Sven is, well, it looks like he's pulled out a bit of a gap now, hasn't he?
Yeah. Oh, there was Nate is battling very closely with the lap car of the 02, and the 02 locked up. I was watching, but there was no contact. Everyone got away.
Back up to the
Can we go
front
back
here.
and check on Jeff Tyler and his recovery drive? So Jeff was our leader in the opening laps. Then he took a little ride around on the front of Verhulst's bumper.
Unfortunately, he was mixed up with the slower Cadillac field there. Even if you're the fastest Impala driver, it's still probably hard to get by, even the slower caddy drivers.
Speaking of caddies and recovery drives, right behind Jeff is Cochran, who's looking to salvage what he can out of this run after bouncing it off the wall just a few laps ago.
He's looking to try to find a place to get around these two. Maybe he can go around the outside here. He does have way more grip to the turns.
Yeah, you can see there.
There, yep. Didn't have the patience. We got drivers off all over the place doing these turns, it seems. Back up to the race at the front.
David Haynes. The big gains here. Little wiggle there under braking.
Still, this lead trio is within a second or two. So they're keeping it nice and tight up front.
Yeah, I have to believe that Tom is just riding along and waiting to see what kind of pace he's going to need and where he's faster than Haynes and Bueller. We saw just the other day on one of our broadcasts, Ellison size up Bueller for a number of laps. So I expect the same here.
What was the fuel fill limit on today's race? I'm expecting a pit stop. Am I incorrect on that?
I'll have to talk to one of our sources down in the paddock.
Okay. Check my notes while you're... Okay, it looks like... Oh, excuse me. I'm reading that wrong. It looks like Crawford is still trying to get up through the Impala field here.
All right, so yeah, I just talked to one of our producers down in the paddock, and a fuel stop is definitely going to be required for both classes.
Good, good.
I would expect the NASCARs to most definitely take tires, and due to the aggressive nature of this circuit, I would expect most of the caddy field will as well.
As we're watching there, Crawford going off a little wide and maybe trying to make a pass through the grass. I'm not sure, but almost lost it again.
So now he's going to have to pass Marlowe again, who he was ahead of at the start of the last lap. Oh, and he's very deep.
Looks like he's got the position.
Oh, but is Marlowe done? He better get moving here.
Crawford really
Jeff
needs
has the
to get out of the way
superior
there.
power, and it just makes it hard on the straights. Oh!
There he goes. Oh, straighten it back out.
Marlowe. And Marlowe gets away. Crawford again takes chase. Jeff stuck here in the middle. Stuck in the middle with you.
Oh, I bet Crawford has the red mist going on right now.
Yeah, it's really a tough multi-class combination here with the horsepower of the NASCARs over the Cadillacs. The Cadillacs just cannot do anything with them on the straights.
Yeah, they get
Now
off
it
the
looks
corner well, but they have no top end, it seems, in comparison.
Yeah, and I would say it's the difference. It's whenever you have another 200 or 300 horsepower, it helps push the car through the air a little bit faster at the higher speeds. I'm no engineer. Well, mechanical engineer. It's I can only imagine that the forces get greater and greater as the speed increases.
Back to our lead race here. It looks like Bueller is keeping pace with Haynes, with Raymond remaining within a second of him. Thomas Ellison has dropped off just slightly. He's 2 seconds behind Bueller, but he's got them in sight. Devin Peters in fourth. He's about 4 seconds back from Ellison, and Mitchell Welker is fifth position. He's right behind Peters. Sven Demmel is still leading the Impala field.
Welker is... I might have to go back and watch the whole race from Welker's point of view. He was down 5 positions, and now he's at the back. He's gained 3 of those back, and he's working on Devin Peters for another one. Seems to have a very eventful race, but right now, it's moving in the right direction.
That's right. Let's check out his lap times. He's turning... He was just a little bit faster than Devin on that last lap. Keep an eye on them with the driver comparison.
And they, fans, longtime fans of the RiL might remember, these two have a bit of a history. Welker almost got his first win at the dirt track in Lanier, but Mr. Peters stole that away on the last lap and spun him coming out of 4 to take the checker. So I'm sure Welker hasn't forgot, and I hope Peters hasn't forgot. If we get down here to the end, hopefully he remembers to give a little space.
Yeah, we've already had a few incidents, so hopefully they can keep it clean for the rest of this race. I don't expect that, but I hope for it.
All right, so now we're starting to see some lapping here. Looks like Antonio Alvarez is taking a trip down the pit road.
So is
Jeff Tyler.
Devin's coming down pit road as well.
All right, so we have Tyler. Oh, Tyler with damage, taking the fast repair. Alvarez coming in for his stop. Peters, headlights flashing on the limiter. Other cars currently on pit road. Tyler Scott. Jeff Tyler is away. All right, so Jeff hopefully is sorted for the rest of the way. The distance here with 30 minutes to go.
That was a 13-lap stint for them. So let's see. We're just at halfway right now. Yep.
Well, we're not even quite to halfway yet.
Oh, correct. Yeah, sorry.
It's saying we're
50-minute race, not an hour long.
Right. So the leader has just coming now to 20 to go. Inside of 30 minutes. And Alexander Bueller in the Snipper Stoffel Cadillac continues to hound the back of David Haynes and sniff around that rear bumper.
He has maintained a pretty steady gap to him.
I think Snipper's just waiting here.
Waiting for the mistake or waiting for Haynes to pit so he can put that fast lap in and clear air?
I think he's just waiting till the end of the race. Until right now, there's the leader. Looks like the Tour de France. Once you get, if you're the leader, there's nowhere else to go.
That's right.
He can just sit right here on the leader's tail, save his legs, so to speak, as they work through past Nate Franklin and John Patrick.
Looks like traffic did give Haynes a little bit of a gap there. He's just over a second right now.
Yeah, and Tom has fallen back to a little over 3 seconds. So it'll be interesting to see here if Bueller and Haynes can close down those gaps now that it looks like we're going to get a lap or so of clean air. Continue to see pit stops. Evan Merrill on the pit road. He was running second in class when he came down. Nate Franklin, who was running third in class, is also on the pit road.
Pulling it on the pit lane is Evan.
Comes
off
I have
the
to
pit
believe
lane.
These guys may need to stop again. I would think they would have stretched it a little farther.
You don't think that they're in the window now?
Well, they very well may be. It was a fixed setup race, so they could have started with say a half a tank, and then now be able to take on a full tank. So yeah, I guess they probably are in the window with just over 26 minutes to go.
So we got this trio of caddies moving along here. Michael Barker and Danny Giron.
And we've had to change of the lead.
We have indeed. See if I can find a replay on that for you.
It looks like Haynes just pulls over on the short straight and lets Snipper have it. I'm not sure what.
Was there somewhere he would have gotten a slowdown penalty? Oh, maybe earlier through the chicane there.
Yeah.
Yep. But Haynes is keeping him in touch. He's only a half a second behind, so.
As we approach halfway, I would expect we will see some of the front-running Cadillacs split this race in half and go ahead and take a stop.
Yeah, we've got Danny Giron on pit road right now.
Yeah, Danny was running in the top 10.
He was running in 8th, or was he in 7th? He was in that group with Barker and Pearson. On board with Barker right now as he's trying to chase down Pearson. Did Pearson just passed him?
All right, and the leader of the NASCAR here, Sven Dimmel, now under pace speed. Ellison also in the lane, headlights flashing on the limiter. Sven stopped in the box. Oh, Sven just a very short stop. I'm not sure what was going on there.
Did he have time to get fuel in there?
No, he was only stopped for 3 seconds.
We'll have to ask him about that.
All right, so we see the second place running car in the NASCAR group, Fawcett, followed by Smith on the pit road. That they were second and third.
Meanwhile, Jeff Tyler has just now gotten himself back up into third position after his early pit stop. I imagine he's going to have to take one more.
Ooh, Merrill with a big lockup. Are we still watching the 31?
The 31? I've got it on the 31 now, yep.
Okay.
Another lockup for
Merrill.
Yeah, that was.
Let's see. And as you can see, coming into the frame from behind, whoa! Tom Ellison with a huge wiggle. Had to get off the gas. Oh, and we see the 31 making move on Merrill here.
Yep, right down the inside.
So has Connor had his stop yet? I don't think so.
He has not.
No,
No.
so Tom Ellison quickly catching this group of cars that he's faster than. I'm sure he's hoping they will pit. And Connor does go to the pit road. So does the 63 of Michael Barker. Ellison through the final turn, chasing Merrill. As the 31 and 63 go down pit road. All right, should we give him a rundown?
Yeah, let's do it. Go ahead.
All right, so from the lead, we have Alexander Bueller continuing the lead. He hasn't stopped yet, followed closely by David Haynes. Dylan Blanton is quite a ways back from that lead group, 22 seconds back. He also hasn't stopped. Tom Ellison's up to 4th after his stop. Ryan Verhulst without a stop, but up to 5th. And then he's followed by Devin Peters, who has already stopped. Jordan Babcock is 7th. Jordan has not stopped yet. He's followed by Shane Cameron and Mark Antonucci. Then we go back to Connor Pearson in 10th. And looks like Connor has had a stop. He'll be followed by Alexander Cofford in 11th. And Michael Barker. Joseph Marlowe, currently in 13th. Then we get to the lap down traffic, headed by John Patrick and Aaron Thacker and Connor Morris. The leader of the NASCAR class, Sven Dimmel, with his extremely short stop. I would guess only a fuel-only stop. Continues to lead. Danny Jerian is behind him in 18th overall, 17th in class. Evan Merrill continues to run second in the NASCAR class. Evan is about 10 seconds ahead of Jeff Tyler, who's just now in the first turn. Nate Franklin is running 4th, and Antonio Alvarez with a good recovery up to 5th in class. 6th, Andrew Fawcett, and 7th, Kyle Smith. Chad Clark is 8th, and Justin Lemons is 9th. Looks like Mitch Welker, who is in 27th overall, has retired from the race. Michael Wynn, the 02, continues on at 28th overall. And that's the last of our runners.
I believe, yes, he is the last runner. And he has not pitted either. And he has got a bit of a battered car. I'm not sure if he knows he has a fast repair or not.
Whoa, we just had a collision with David Haynes and one of the lappers of Joseph Marlowe.
We're watching the replay of that right now. Haynes was just a little too impatient there, made the move through, and it worked out for him, but not for the other guy.
Fastest car on the track right now is Tom Ellison. Oh, and we see Kyle Smith is with a blown engine.
Uh-oh. Is he going to be able to...
His fast repair on the last stop.
Oh no, another car in the wall there. Who is that? Is that Antonio? That's...
Where's Fawcett? I'll check on that.
Oh, no, that's Michael Wynn. There he is.
Fawcett's also on pit road. I believe he arrived there via a tow.
Yeah, he has been there for a minute. Well, yeah, I think you're right.
So Fawcett got loose, coming onto the backstretch, hits the wall, spins out onto the track. Kyle makes a firm connection to his right front, blows the engine of both the cars. Fawcett's car is too damaged to continue any further. He has to tow back, and Smith is able to drive it back, use a fast repair, and Smith is now leaving the pit road.
Joseph Marlowe also on pit road. Looks like he is taking his first pit stop of the day.
So Bueller's pit. Our leader continues to run without service. Do you think he's just showing off his fuel mileage?
I think he's just trying to push it as far as he can.
All right, as we work lap 22 here. David Haynes has quite a bit of damage on his car here. After collisions with some of the lap traffic, he stays out for another lap, though.
Looks like Ryan Verhulst, Jordan Babcock, and Shane Cameron are the last of the caddies to pit. Devin is getting chased down by Ryan Verhulst there.
Yeah, Ryan's car looks pretty rough, but apparently is still doing well in speed.
I think Devin may have just passed him. That's why that gap looks so close.
Well, Ryan continues on for another lap.
Jordan Babcock is coming down pit road right now. That is, yep, quite the livery.
Yeah. Jordan, king of the memes.
Indeed.
All right, we have 16 minutes to go. That works out to about 12 laps. So Jordan probably going to be able to take a short fill of gas here. Don't see the car going on the jacks.
Leader is coming down pit road as well right now, David Haynes.
So David Haynes was able to go 23 circuits tonight on one tank of gas.
We'll watch his pit lane time. It looks like Ellison had a quick stop. He was only stopped on pit lane for 15 seconds. Compared to Bueller, who was stopped for 16, and Tom pitted a good few laps earlier, didn't he?
Yes, and it looks like they both made time over Peters, who had a stop of almost 18 seconds.
All right, we're watching Bueller right now as Haynes comes back onto the track. He has
with a big lead.
Yeah, about a 7-second gap there.
So I guess here we get to see, can Mr. Haynes hold on for another 11 laps and bring home this victory with a hard charging Bueller and Ellison behind.
Looks like Bueller has lost the most time on his pit stop. He's fallen to 3 seconds behind Haynes, and Ellison is only 2 seconds behind him, so if they can bring that gap a little closer, maybe we'll get a good race here at the end.
Yeah, no tires there for Haynes. That's a very short stop, 9.5 seconds.
His total time on pit lane was about 5 seconds faster than the other drivers.
I have to believe that helped with his lead.
Oh, somebody just spun out back there. Who was that? Don't think it was any of our leaders. And we're looking at John Patrick and Aaron Thacker right now. They've got a tight little race going on.
Well, Thacker's deep on the brakes. All over the back of the 7 car here. tucked in very nicely here for a draft. Is he going to step out? Oh, here in the braking zone. Having a look, hard on the brakes. Very nicely done by the 816. Now he works his way around Alvarez, who makes it easy for both the drivers. Quite the battle we have here for 11th and 12th.
Aaron turned in a really fast lap, almost a whole second faster than John Patrick's last lap. It's lap 24 for our Cadillac field.
Yes. Well, Haynes is working 25 right now. All right, so let's go back and take a look at the NASCAR leader, Sven Dimmel. Sven's got quite the lead. About
15 seconds.
Yep. Yeah. Over Evan. Sven, the robot with no empathy, dishing out lap after lap of brutal speed.
Let's ride on board with him for a lap. You want to go ahead and do that?
Yeah, let's do that.
Let's go ahead and crank it up. Lap of Okayama on board with Sven Dimmel.
Yeah, that was thanks for the ride, Sven. That was a lot of fun. Some other good battles here in the NASCAR field are back for third and fourth. Nate Franklin's only a couple seconds behind Jeff Tyler. Jeff's currently being hounded by Aaron Thacker. Will Jeff take another ride on the bumper of a Cadillac tonight?
I wouldn't be surprised. They're gonna the NASCARs, they struggle so much through the turn that I don't even want to watch. Those caddies just drive away and then they start going straight and they can't keep up anymore. This is a very interesting combination of cars.
So yeah, it'll be interesting here to see if Jeff, he just can't put the power down the way the Cadillacs can through the climbing right-hander.
Looks like our second place, Alexander Bueller, has pulled up closer to David Haynes, but Ellison has dropped down to 11 seconds behind. I'm not sure what happened there. Oh, and Jeff just had a spin. Jeff Tyler.
Yep, and so that means Nate Franklin has got that position. But we still have 6 laps to go. Anything could happen. Jeff might be able to get it back. Jeff having quite the tough race tonight after starting on the wall. But one of our best battles on the track is the lead for the overall. David Haynes and Alex Buehler. David Haynes in the Logitech, Cadillac.com, Aussie sponsored car. Followed closely by Alexander Buehler in this Snipper Stoffel Cadillac. They're separated by only 0.7 of a second that time by. Buehler about 0.6 faster than Haynes on that last lap. Haynes running wide through the gravel, not wanting to give up anything to the pursuing Buehler.
Do you think either of them have been able to keep any tire on the car?
Well, I'm sure Haynes has had to be a major consideration, considering he did not take any tire. Buehler put on some pressure over, but that was quite a few laps ago now. Probably working almost 9 laps ago. So I would think that the good might have worn off those tires, but again, they would be fresher than the ones that David Haynes started the race on, which are now almost 30 laps old.
Yeah, even a half-worn set of tires is better than a completely worn set of tires.
True that. And our leaders are catching Jeff Tyler here. Ooh, and Jeff doesn't make it easy for our leader. He chops down to the apex. David Haynes was ready and gave plenty of room. And NASCAR with superior horsepower here on the straightaway, but David Haynes strong on the brakes.
And they're both able to slip through. Hopefully scoot away without any incidents.
Oh, it looks like Snipper is ready to go.
Haynes had a little wiggle getting off of that turn, and Buehler is ready to pounce.
I think we're ready to see a move for the lead here. Around the outside?
I don't know that was the
Haynes
move.
protects the inside. For the traffic, I think Buehler will back off here and just be smart. Doesn't need to get wrecked by lap traffic. I think he smells blood. I think these tires are starting to feel it after 30 laps.
It makes me wonder what the potential in Buehler's car is right now. He's definitely getting held up by Haynes and by the traffic that they're running into. That's not going to help right there.
Jeff Buehler almost got hit by a spinning Michael Wynn, but luckily Jeff's night of exciting racing continues on without any more damage.
Jeff Tyler, sorry. So as we see our leaders battling with 4 to go here. Alex Buehler continuing to keep the pressure on. Small wiggle there. Alright, well, they're... Keep an eye on that. Let's check back with Connor Pearson and Alex Coffer. They've got a tight little race right now. It's Coffer's last lap. They're really similar lap times, 0.2 faster. Let's see if Coffer can make a move down the straight here. Still too far back. Theirs is, well, another close race back here. Babcock, Thacker, and Barker.
And Babcock using his superior pit strategy with the no tires and just a splash of fuel. to gain some track position and some cars that might have had the lap time on him.
But Thacker gets on by. Thacker was, wow, more than a second faster than Babcock on that previous lap. I guess those tires are getting pretty old.
Thacker's very experienced at using a GM LS motor car to get around the racetrack quickly. As a veteran of the Corvette series for many years, I'm sure Aaron is relying on a lot of that experience here tonight. Very similar cars. Alright, so I'm continuing to watch the leader while you work through the field. I will clue you in if we see him move to the lead.
Okay, and it looks like Crawford is struggling to get by here. I'm not sure that he does have some pace, but it's tough to pass around here, especially with you know, the difference in speed in the turns with the Impalas. Right now, the closest gap in the race is the leader in second place. Keep an eye on that as they're coming through the final turn here, back onto the front straight.
Yep, just 2 more circuits.
Minute 45 remaining.
I saw Bueller pull very close there in those 2 hairpin turns towards the end of the lap.
Let's look at Babcock. I think he's about to lose a position. He's got 2 cars directly behind him. One is looking to make a pass right now. Mitchell Welker. Sorry, John Patrick is making the pass right now. Nope, I'm completely wrong again. That is Michael Barker that just passed Jordan Babcock. John Patrick is right behind Jordan right now, and he's going to make that pass down through this little short straight here. Yeah, I think Jordan is definitely struggling with the tires there. He's running 132s, while the fast cars are running 128s. Well, Bueller just ran a 128.
Okay, our leaders are working towards the pit entrance and through the final turn. Oh, as our leader makes contact with the 42, the second place car of the NASCAR class, and Snipper makes his move here, goes around the outside, Snipper to the lead. The defensive line into turn 1.
Did we get the white flag that time?
Yes.
We did.
Wow, David Haynes putting the bumper to the slower car in the final turn, allowing Alexander Bueller to get a run around him.
Let's see if Haynes has anything left in the car. See if he can make a move in through these last turns. He's being aggressive.
Yes, he's closing down. Haynes hasn't given up yet. There is a lapper up ahead. I'm not sure if it's going to play into this race, but it very well may.
Bueller takes that defensive inside line. I imagine he's going to hold that line through the rest of the turns.
Oh! Haynes gives him a bump. Haynes gives him a bump. Oh, but Haynes, the gentleman, lifts to give Bueller the position back.
Very, very gentlemanly. All right, well, that's going to finish it up for them. Let's check in back here with Ryan Verhulst. He's got a car right on him. He's going to make the pass around the inside there. Oh, I apologize. That was Connor Morris making the pass as Wow. Who was that? That was Ryan Verhulst going off the track as John Patrick makes the move around him.
And Tom Ellison just came home third.
Devin Peters fourth. Looks like Dylan Blanton is coming around through the second to last turn here. He'll bring home fifth.
Yep, Dylan Blanton on the front stretch with a good top five.
Connor Pearson and Alex Cofford coming across in sixth and seventh.
Alex Cofford, I'm sure, disappointed after starting on the pole tonight.
Looks like Connor Morris just made a pass on Aaron Thacker there, coming into the third from last turn.
In our NASCAR, the winner of the NASCAR class, Sven Dimmel crossing the line.
I believe Thacker ran out of fuel.
Thacker is definitely off the pace, offline, probably out of fuel.
It looks like he's gonna get across the start-finish line here, but that's got to be disappointing.
Okay, so let me slip down to the paddock, and I'll be right back with hopefully some of our top three.
And meanwhile, I will go through the results. The winner tonight, Alexander Bueller, with David Haynes in second, Thomas Ellison finishing third, Devin Peters in fourth, Dylan Blanton in fifth, Connor Pearson, in sixth, Alexander Cofford seventh, Connor Morris eighth, ninth is John Patrick, 10th is Ryan Verhulst, 11th Aaron Thacker, 12th Jordan Babcock, 13th is Danny Giron, 14th is Michael Barker, Shane Cameron is in 15th, Joseph Marlowe is going to round out the first group of Cadillacs. Your winner in the Impala field is Sven Dimmel. Evan Merrill came second, Nate Franklin in third, Jeff Tyler in fourth, Antonio Alvarez in fifth, and Chad Clark in sixth. I'll just roll through the rest of the field on the graphics.
So we have Kyle Smith, Andrew Fawcett, Justin Lamons, Michael Wynn, Benjamin Cox, Marvin Wingfield, and Rob Hope closing out our NASCAR field. So I was able to grab Evan Merrill, the second place finisher in our NASCAR field. Evan, what are your thoughts on tonight's race?
Were able to grab me? I consented to this? What? It was a lot of fun. Unfortunately, the beginning of the race was pretty tough. Fighting through traffic, you got the two classes pretty different but similar pace-wise, so it was really tough back and forth and trying to keep up with the people around you. Sven got away from me through some traffic eventually and my own mistakes, and I was originally not going to take tires but went for it as my only alternate and ended up a bit behind him, or another 10 seconds behind him or so at the stop, and just couldn't make it work from there. But lots of fun.
Great finish. Is there anyone you want to thank?
Oh, the whole team and the RiL organization, because this is an excellent combo and seems like a great start to a new season. And you guys broadcasting, thank you very much. Lots of fun to check that stuff out. You're doing a great job.
All right, well, thanks, and good run tonight.
Cheers,
and that's Evan Merrill. So the next one I've grabbed a hold of is David Haynes, our second place finisher in the Cadillac field. David, tell us, did you lift after you gave Bueller the chrome horn?
Hey guys, good to be here. Second place. Yeah, honestly, he had the faster car, and it was just the way the traffic fell. I gave him the bump, and it didn't feel right. I wanted to do the gentlemanly thing. I could have taken it, but he also deserved to win. So good race. Other than that, really close racing, and the different strategies, how it came together. I thought I could hold him back, but traffic doesn't fall how you want.
Do you regret not taking tires like the other, like Ellison and Bueller?
No, I think my strategy could have won it for me. It was close, wasn't it? And it was me and Bueller were close before we pitted, so I think all things considered, I had very scruffy couple of laps before I pitted. So I think all things considered, it's the driver, not the strategy, that could have won it today.
All right. Well, thanks for your time today, David. Anyone you want to thank before we let you go?
I want to thank my boy Hungry Bear, always keeping me fed. Thanks thanks to everyone that organises this. Thanks to all the drivers who raced clean today, and great start to the season. Looking forward to next round, hopefully.
All right, thanks. That's David Haynes. So let me grab the leader of the NASCAR field, the winner tonight of the NASCAR field, Sven Dimmel. Sven, great job tonight. Another impressive win. What do you think the key to the victory was?
First of all, thanks for was a really fun race. Everyone, like the caddies, were really nice. Were patient when they couldn't go past us safely, and especially in the early game when we got mixed up with the back markers of the caddies, they were really good. And yeah, I think the key was to save the tires. I actually didn't take any at the pit stop, just got a splash and dash.
Yeah, you were on pit road for a seemingly infinitesimal amount of time, 2.8 seconds. That's a really fast fill. Or splash.
Yes, Finn, you were one of the... You didn't take much gas. We were worried if you would have enough. All right, well, I think we might be having technical difficulties here. I don't think Sven can hear us. So I'm looking around the paddock, and the word is that Bueller snuck out of the paddock in the back of someone's motorhome. Doesn't want to be part of the post-race festivities, apparently. So sorry to see that.
That is unfortunate.
But I have the third place of the Cadillac field here. Since we can't speak to the winner, let's talk to the third place car, Tom Ellison. Tom, how was the race tonight?
Hey, chaps. Yeah, third place. Not perhaps as good as I was expecting. I had good qualifying pace, decent first stint pace, but I don't know. Bueller and Haynes were just too quick for me after the stops as well. I didn't really maximize the new tires that I took, and then had a little spin in the second half. So had to settle for third in the end.
Still a good start to the season. I'm sure you're happy about that.
Yeah, third place is fine. I finished third pretty consistently at the end of last season, so it's nice to continue in that vein. Hopefully this season's going to be a little bit more challenging for me with some cars that I'm not used to. So it's nice to get a good start.
Yep, and so congratulations tonight, Tom, and thanks for having a word with us.
Thank you guys for broadcasting. I'm sure it was excellent. Thank you.
Yep. And so that was Tom Ellison. So let's go ahead and shut her down, Mr. Derby. I think we saw a wonderful race tonight. What do you think?
Oh, I agree. The opening round for this season was turned out pretty good. I'm happy we had as good of a race as we did.
Me too. So to all of our fans at home, we'll see you next week with another exciting, challenging round of the RIL.
Good night.